But first, Ron Paul is looking powerful for the Nevada caucus, and that's why we've got Jim Carlton coming to us from Las Vegas, where he's at the caucus. Sorry, San Francisco. He's not at the caucus, but he's close. It's out west. Jim, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going? I had to take a little bit of a break, a sanity break. I'm going to be back in Reno tomorrow morning.
Great. So tell us about Ron Paul looking pretty powerful in the caucus. Is that something to do with the way he organizes his troops?
Well, really, Nevada's probably one of his strongest states. In 2008, he came in number 2 behind Mitt Romney, and the polling now shows that he's going to come in number 2 again behind Mitt Romney. The latest polls show Mitt with about 50% of the vote, but Ron Paul is a solid 25% or so, or 20%. And so it's going to be, and Gingrich is up there also. But the Ron Paul people, they are highly organized. They're in every county in Nevada. There was a Ron Paul rally last night. There were hundreds of people at a ballroom at the Grand Sierra Hotel in Reno. So he's going to probably have a good showing.
He also held a news conference proposing or being very proactive about something that's important to a lot of the service industry out there, and that is a proposal to eliminate taxes on tips. Is that right, Jim?
Yeah, that. But you know what? He also plays. Nevada's a strange state. I mean, there's Vegas and Reno; those are urban areas. But actually, a lot of the elections are decided in the boondocks. And there's these little bitty towns where they care about things like wild mustangs. And he was out in Elko, Nevada yesterday, telling them he didn't want the federal government to be involved in rounding up wild mustangs, and that played well to the ranching crowd. So he's kind of playing. He's got something for everybody.
From the wild mustangs to the strippers to the blackjack table.
Well, I mean, he's remarkably consistent in his libertarian stance. Does that play better in the western states?
Well, it certainly does in Nevada. I've got another piece actually about the division within the GOP in Nevada, and actually the Ron Paul faction, they're very much against the war in Iraq. They're for it's a very libertarian streak, and so there's and in Nevada there's a sizable contingent of conservative moderates that they're more pro-military, pro-defense, and so it's somewhat split. So it's kind of unknown whether, say, if Mitt Romney does go on and win, whether the Ron Paul faction will in fact vote for him in the fall.
Seems like he's also making a very concentrated effort to go after an issue that's near and dear to many people's heart there, which is to help the housing market, proposing ideas such as tax credits to homeowners whose mortgages were foreclosed on to lure them back into the market. Jim, is that going over well, I would assume?
Well, you know what, that's really the bread and butter issue in Nevada. I mean, Nevada got hit really harder than any other state in America by the housing crisis, and that's the number one issue to Nevadans, getting out. I mean, there's so many people underwater on their mortgages. So every candidate, Mitt Romney, Rick Santorum, Ron Paul, Newt Gingrich, you meet somebody in Nevada, you talk about what they're going to do to help the housing. So it's not really unique to Ron Paul. All of them have a solution.
Okay. And how are the other candidates doing out there? How is Mitt Romney playing?
Mitt Romney, there's a fairly large Mormon population in Nevada, and that should do well with him. Plus, Mitt Romney's been there. He has the best organization. There's Ron Paul. Newt Gingrich is newer to the landscape, but his conservatism appeals fairly broadly, and Santorum, too. So it's really, there's something for everybody in Nevada.
Something for everyone in Nevada.
Well, what's there for you, Simon?
Well, sand, I think, is what there for me, and a bit of sun, but I don't know that my skin could take it. Oh, you mentioned that that Ron Paul doing well again. How does the voting work in this caucus? How do the delegates divide up? Is it a winner-take-all state like Florida, or is it more proportional?
Well, it's going to be proportional, and this time, in 2008, the Nevada caucus was more a non-binding straw poll. This time it's binding, and so it will be proportional. I was at a orientation meeting for caucuses in Douglas County yesterday, which is one of the boondocks counties, and they had a lot of precinct captains out there, and they're telling them, tell the people it's just, you can sit down, you can cast a ballot, or you can caucus and talk about it, either way.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, it's very exciting, and we'll no doubt be